Hey guys, it's the midweek uplift. It is that time that I love so much, the time that I get to bring you some good news, words of encouragement, and challenge you to be a better version of yourself. So guys, we're saying let's talk all things mental health, and we have been talking about stress, depression, and anxiety. And just as well, it is Mental Health Awareness Week in the United Kingdom, and there is no better time for us to be tackling these issues than now. And so I'm so excited that we are having these conversations, and it's my prayer and my hope that you're finding this series helpful and insightful as far as our mental health is concerned. So today, we said we are focusing on depression, but just for the sake of recapping on what we have already covered, I've already spoken about how stress, depression, and anxiety are different. So we looked at how depression focuses on the past and extract the negativity from the past and project it into the future. We also spoke about stress being our bodies and our minds responding to what is happening in the moment. And we also spoke about anxiety being how our bodies and our minds respond to the worries of the future. So coming to depression, when it comes to depression, when someone is suffering from depression, just as I've already explained, someone will be looking way back into their past. And so they have a tendency of, not looking at any good that is in the past. They focus on the negativity of the past, things like their past failures, their past traumas, their lack of success in the past, and they bring all those things forward and bring them to the present, just as good as they're editing out all the good and leaving it in the past. When they bring the negativity to the present, they start to project that negativity into the future. They start to looking into the future with the lenses of all the negativity that they've brought forward from their past. And so this is when you speak to someone who has got depression, they struggle to see any good in the future. They don't have hope about the future. They've got no expectation of any good coming from the future. You hear people that are depressed saying things like, what's the point in me living? I am a failure. I'm rubbish. I've got no reason to live. Those are some of the signs of depression. And so just adding on to these signs of depression, how do you know then you're depressed? I've already touched on some of the signs, but just to add on to those, there are things like, being fearful, being anxious about things, feeling guilty about all things in your life. Some people experience tearfulness. You just feel tearful for no reason. Losing motivation in most things, losing interest in things that you normally enjoy. Those could be signs that you are depressed. There are also some physical symptoms that depression presents with. And these include things like tiredness. You just feel tired for no reason. Getting poor sleep. You can't shut down at night. Some people as well, they feel aches and pains in their bodies with no explanation. And some just lose energy, for no reason. And all these, again, they could be signs that you are depressed. There are also social symptoms as well that, depression presents with. And these are similar to the ones that we shared on stress. Most people that are depressed, they are socially withdrawn. They don't want to socialize with their loved ones or their friends like they normally do. Most people, they neglect even, their hobbies. They just shy away from doing things that they normally enjoy. Some people also struggle to relate to their family and friends. All these things, they could be a sign that you are depressed. The challenging thing about depression is it presents with a lot of symptoms that are similar to other things, to other illnesses and other diseases. So it's very important that when you are experiencing these symptoms, you take some time to speak to a health professional so that you can be guided accordingly. Now that we have described what depression is, how it presents in our lives, then how then do we deal with depression? How do we manage the symptoms of depression? There are so many ways to deal with depression, but I want just to give you some practical things that we can make use of. Number one, speak out and seek help. I know there is so much stigma that is attached to depression or mental health illness. And so most of us, we don't have the confidence to open up and seek the help that we need. But I'm here to remind you that depression or mental health illness, it affects everyone. It does not discriminate. You are not the only one. If you are experiencing it, don't feel bad. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of failure. It's just that you have got an illness, just like a headache or any other illness that we experience. So speak up and seek the help that you need. The next way to deal with depression is have a life that is purpose driven. There is so much power in purpose. Purpose gives us, the reason to live. Purpose gives us an opportunity to look outside ourselves. It makes us think bigger than ourselves. What happens when you are depressed? Like I said, you are focusing on yourself and all the negative things that you have experienced. But when you start to align your life with bigger purposes or God-given purposes, you are allowing yourself to see other people and the challenges that they are experiencing. By you trying to reach out and help those people, you are giving yourself a reason to live. You start to move out from that state of feeling like, I have got no reason to live. And now you have some purpose and you have something to wake up to and to look forward to. So it helps you to come out of depression. The third thing that I want to share with you that can help you to deal with depression is gratitude. Be grateful. Remember, we said depression focuses on negativity. It erases the good things and the positive things that you have experienced, or even things that are good that you have right now. When you start to cultivate a heart of gratitude, you are allowing yourself to be intentional about looking at positive things, the good that you have, good that has happened. And so it helps you to come out of that negative shell that, giving you the sense of depression and the feeling of depression, and start to come out of it. The last one, which is the main one that I really want to leave with you, a way of dealing with depression is have hope. We have identified that depression takes out hope in us. But I want to encourage you that, start to cultivate hope in you. One thing that I want you to think about that can help you to be hopeful is depression can be treated. It can be treated. With the right treatment and the right support, you can come out of depression. So just having that knowledge and understanding should be able to give you hope. And the next thing that should give you hope is know that the one who has created you, the one who has put you together, knows you. He understands the struggles that you have. And so he is bigger than your depression. He is able even to heal you of your depression. And so I want you to start to put your hope in him. Look up to him and allow him to heal you. I love how the word of God says in Isaiah 43 verse 18 to 19. It says, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wastelands. This is the promise of God. God is saying, forget the former. Depression wants you to focus on the past and the negative things of the past. But the word of God is saying, forget all that. I have got something that I want to do in your life. I've got a future that is brighter, a good future to prosper you and not to destroy you. So, you know what? Be encouraged, and I want you to stay positive and remember that depression can be treated and you are not alone. So speak out and seek help. And until we meet next time, where we're going to be speaking about anxiety, stay positive, be encouraged. God bless.